Have you ever felt the weight of a million possibilities pressing down on your shoulders, paralyzing you with the fear of making the wrong choice? Today, we're diving into the power of starting even when you don't have all the answers. Imagine standing at a crossroads, every path shrouded in uncertainty, yet each one calling out to you. We've all been there, gripped by indecision, afraid to move forward, and stuck in the limbo of, what if? I know this feeling intimately. My mornings were a ritual of routine. Wake up at 7, exercise, enjoy breakfast, and take a reflective walk. But it was during these walks that doubt would creep in. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? These questions haunted me, echoing in the quiet moments of my day. But it wasn't just the fear of failure. It was the fear of choosing the wrong path entirely, of wasting time on something that might never work out. This fear, this paralyzing indecision, is something we all experience. It's part of being human. We crave certainty, but life rarely offers it. The revelation I had during those walks was that waiting for certainty is a trap. The only way forward is to embrace the uncertainty and take that first step, even when the path isn't clear. The turning point: embracing uncertainty. For years, I waited for clarity, for that perfect moment when everything would align. Spoiler alert: that moment never came. So, I decided to start anyway. In 2018, I picked up a camera with no idea how to use it. Every photo I took was a lesson in trial and error. At first, my pictures were far from perfect, blurry, poorly lit, and sometimes just plain bad. But with each click, I learned something new. I didn't let the mistakes stop me. Instead, I used them as stepping stones. 5 years later, I found myself photographing Grammy Award-winning artists. Not because I was the best or had some natural talent, but because I dared to start without knowing everything. The journey from novice to professional wasn't smooth or easy. It was filled with self-doubt, criticism, and countless moments where I thought about giving up. But each time I faced those doubts, I reminded myself that perfection wasn't the goal, progress was. And progress only happens when you move forward, even in the face of uncertainty. The power of consistency. Let me tell you a story that perfectly illustrates the power of consistency. Consider J.K. Rowling, the now famous author of the Harry Potter series. Before her success, Rowling faced countless rejections. Her manuscript was turned down by 12 different publishers before finally being accepted. It would have been easy for her to give up, to believe that her dream wasn't worth pursuing. But she didn't. She kept writing, kept submitting her work, and kept believing in her story. Consistency is often more important than talent. You see, talent can only take you so far. It's the ability to keep showing up, day after day, that truly sets successful people apart. Even when it feels like you're making no progress, even when the world seems to be against you, showing up consistently is what builds momentum. It's what transforms dreams into reality. Think about it this way. Every small action you take, every bit of effort you put in, compounds over time. It's like planting seeds in a garden. You water them daily, even when you don't see any immediate results, because you know that with time and care, those seeds will grow into something beautiful. The same applies to any goal you have in life. Consistency is the water that nurtures your dreams, turning them from seeds of hope into tangible successes. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They're the ones who persist. They're the ones who understand that mastery is a journey, not a destination, and that journey requires patience, dedication, and a relentless commitment to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. The beauty of imperfection: learning through failure. Failure isn't a setback, it's a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey to success. I've learned this lesson firsthand. I once launched a brand with a close friend, hoping to unite creatives in a way that would inspire and empower. Our first event was a huge success, filled with energy and excitement. But soon after, things started to unravel. Unrealistic expectations, miscommunications, and differing visions led to disagreements, and ultimately, the end of our venture. At the time, I felt like a failure. We had started with so much promise, and yet, it all fell apart. But looking back, I realized that this experience was one of the most valuable lessons I've ever learned. From this failure, I learned that success isn't about getting everything right on the first try. It's about being willing to be bad at something new. It's about embracing the messiness of the process, knowing that the real growth happens not when everything goes perfectly, but when you learn from your mistakes. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve. It's not the end of the road, but a fork in the path that offers a chance to reevaluate, adjust, and move forward with a renewed perspective. When you accept that failure is part of the journey, you free yourself from the fear of it. You begin to see each setback not as a defeat, but as a stepping stone that brings you closer to your goals. Failure, in all its forms, teaches resilience. It shows you what doesn't work, so you can focus on what does. It builds character, strengthens resolve, and, most importantly, it teaches you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Embrace your failures, they are the building blocks of your success. Reflecting on the journey, embracing the unknown. Looking back on my journey, I've come to understand a crucial truth. Instead of waiting for the perfect choice, we must make our choices perfect. Every great creator, every successful entrepreneur, started with doubts. They faced discouragement, failures, and moments of crippling uncertainty. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't a lack of fear. It's the decision to act in spite of it. It's easy to compare your beginning to someone else's middle, to look at the success of others and feel like you'll never measure up. But that comparison is unfair and unproductive. Everyone's journey is different, and the only fair comparison is with your past self. Are you better today than you were yesterday? Are you learning, growing, and pushing yourself forward? Focusing on your journey means embracing the unknown, accepting that not everything will go according to plan, and that's okay. The journey is where the real magic happens. It's where you discover your strengths, confront your weaknesses, and find the courage to keep going, even when the road is rough. The unknown can be intimidating, but it's also where possibilities lie. It's the blank canvas on which you can paint your future. Instead of fearing it, learn to embrace it. Each step you take into the unknown is a step closer to becoming who you're meant to be. Remember, you don't need to have all the answers to start. You just need to start. The answers will reveal themselves along the way. The final push. Embrace the unknown. Think of all the dreams that never saw the light of day because of fear and hesitation. Don't let yours be one of them. The act of starting is itself a triumph. Embrace the unknown, take the leap, and learn along the way. Your fears and doubts may never fully disappear, but they lose their power when you take consistent action. If you've made it this far, you're part of a dedicated few. Comment below with the fears and doubts that hold you back. Let's support each other in this journey. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Together, we can conquer our fears and achieve greatness.